Alright, so this is what we're going to build. It's a simple task application. We can add a task. My second task. Right. TSK. We press save. You see throw up below, and now we can make a child second task. So once you save it, you see it comes up as a child, and we could keep doing this, right? So press save. You see it comes up as a child here. So we're just going to show you how we created this application with PHP. Alright, so let's get started. First, we start off with our template. I should learn to remember this by heart. I'm going to create a file and call it task. And we're just going to put some HTML there. I'm going to give it a title, task builder. And we're going to give it a header, h3, add a new task. I'm going to save that and try it out. Add gateway. Let's just configure this, apply, okay. Add a new task, great. Next, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Alright, so let's create a form first, right? So we're gonna submit the form to save the task. We are gonna put an input in our form. This is gonna be, the name of this is gonna be task, and the type is equal to text. And then we have a button, next. And this is going to be save task. The type of this is going to be submit, and we're going to give it a name, save task. So let's just run this again. So now we have a button and we can submit. You can see the URL changing there. Of course we don't want this because it's going to be a post action, so let's fix that. So we're going to put the method is equal to post. We're going to save it and we're going to run it again. Test. Great. No, is that working? I thought we save. Yeah, so now we know it's being posted. Alright, so the next thing you want to do. Alright, so let's just we're gonna create a list. This is where we're gonna have our tasks listed. So we're just gonna put that there so we can see what it looks like. Task 2, we're gonna save that. We're gonna run it again. Let's just press enter. Alright, so this is where our tasks are going to be listed. So let's work on the database side of things now. So I've already created the database. Our table is going to be called all task. It's going to have an ID, auto increment. The parent is default going to be null, and then we're just going to have our task, and then primary query ID. So once we enter this, we get this table here. So this is the table with our task. Parents have the set to null, and the children have an ID of the parent. Alright, so that's our database. Let's see if we could pull the information from this and display it in our new task, our task listing. So let's do that. So we're going to enter into PHP now. So at the top of the file, we're going to add PHP. And we are going to say, well, the first thing we need is a connection. So we're going to say function get connection. And this is where we enter our connection information. So we have that there, and then we say con is equal to new PDO and DSM user PSS password. And we're going to return this connection, right? So that gets our connection, and now we want to get all the parent task. So to do that, we have our, this is the results we will be returning. We're going to try put it in a try block the exception. You're not doing anything there as yet. So we want our connection first, and then we're going to say result is equal to connection, and we're going to run a query or execute a query. The statement is going to be simple. It's star get from all tasks, which is our table, where parent is null, right? So once we do that, we then just return the results. Great. Now we're going to display all those in here. So we're going to say for each get parent task as task. We're going to close that, and then we're going to end the for each here, and for each. So we don't need this anymore. And within this, we're just going to display the task name. So let's echo task, and the name of it is task in the database. Right? So let's see if this works. We have an error on 43. Not too sure what the error is about. Can you see the error? I'm looking for it. Get parent task as task. 1 second. So maybe this should be PHP as well, right? Because I don't have whatever you need to do that shorthand thing, right? So first task, second task, feed the dog, walk, butterfly, second task. So these should be all the parent tasks, right? First task, second task, feed the dog, walk, a butterfly. Great. So now we can get all the tasks. So we have that going for us. Now we want to display the child. Well, before we display the child task, let's and I'm gonna clear the database. Let's add a new task. So once we submit it, we need to be able to add a task. So let's do that. So we need to check for submit. So let's do that. So we're gonna say if I set post save task, then we can check to see if we get a task. It's equal to post task, and then post task, and if not, then we just take a null. Alright, then we get in our connection, we say get connection, we're calling that function, and now we are saying the SQL is equal to insert into all task, and I believe task values and query is equal to con prepare and the SQL statement, and we're just going to pass any task that we received. Query execute task. Now this can only happen if our task is not null, so we say if task, then do this, and in truth all this should be within a try, but should we do that? Yeah, let's put it all within a try. Catch exception E, right? Because we connected to database. All right, so that's our post statement. Are we missing anything out? So the submit. So we have a form. I want to submit. It should save the task. So let's clear the database now. So we're gonna see, what is it? Truncate or truncate. Right. So that should clear our table. So that now we have no task. And now we need to add a task. My first task. Save. So it shows up. Read a book. Nice. Right, so our tasks are working. One more task. This is great. So now we know that our tasks are working. So what we're going to do now is we want to add the child task. So to do that, we have to create a select and some. Right, so we're going to select the parent first, and then you're going to select the parent first, and from the parent we're going to choose and that's how we select. Well, from the parent task we would choose which one would go to a child, right? So once you choose a parent, that means the task you're creating is a child. Alright, so to do that, we just need to put the value here. Let's be in task and ID. Alright, and then we just put the actual task here. Right, task. So this should allow us to see a list of right. So if we want a parent, we just, if we want this task to be a child, we select a parent. There's one thing we need to put at the top so that we can have an empty option. So I'll call it selected, yes, and value, no value, and then say select a parent, right? So great. So if no parent is selected, we don't need to save the task. Next, let's make sure our task is saving. Wash the car. Alright, go on a hike. Right, so we have some as you can reload, we see that it's changing as well. So the next thing we're going to do is get the parent, right? So in this case, we're just going to get parent is equal to set post parent or null, right? And then we're going to say, so within this, we're going to say if parent, and if it's numeric, this is just in case anything weird happens, we're going to do a specific else if we're going to use with tasks. Alright, so the SQL for this guy is insert into all task parent and task values, right? And now we just need the values, right? So we got the parent and the task. Prepare SQL. We don't have the connection, so let's do the connection on top here. Well, let's at the top of try, and then we're gonna execute. We're gonna put a parent and a task. So if we do this, we should be able to now select a parent. So to watch the car, one of the things we need to do is turn off the car, right? As you can see, it's not showing up here, right? So let's see if it's showing up in the database. So we have the parent as, we have a child as turn off the car, right? Because it has a parent ID of 4, and you can see this is the parent here. So the next thing we're going to do now is display the children. So to do that, within this, we're going to say for each, well, we need to get the children first. So we're going to get the children the same way we get child task. Let's see if that's what we name it, right? And we want to pass in the ID of the parent. Now we get the results. That's what we will be returning. Now we do a try. We get a connection. Let's go to get connection, and the results. We go to query, select star from all tasks where parent is equal to ID, right? In truth, we should do this differently. We should put like that and then, but alright, moving on. This is makes it open to SQL injection when you do stuff like this. Okay, and end the return results. Get child task. So for this, we say for each get child task ID. This is from this, and now we're saying as child. And for each. And we're gonna display this. We're just gonna add a break and then a space, and then this is an HTML entity that is basically asterisk 8727, and then we just need to display the child. Gonna name a child task. The child should suffice. Now once we reload, let's just reload. Nope, we have an error, invalid argument. Get child task. Select star from all task. Turn off the car, right? So when we're washing the car, then we need to clean the mats. And then we need to what? Vacuum? I don't think I remember this about the car. If that's correct. And then the next thing we need to do is clean the windows. Going on ahead, the first thing you need to do is buy some snacks, and then you need to figure out transportation, something like that. Go into the mall, make sure you're not broke. Right, reading a book. Get reading glasses. First time, my first task, my second task. Great, we are complete.